What you are about to witness is an unraveling and madness and bitterness brought upon this ordinary family. Ophelia has lost all her sentiments after the loss of her dog Elias. May he rest in peace. Can Mom and Dad alone help Ophelia stay?
I will not speak with her.
She is unfortunate, indeed distressed. Her mood will need some pity.
What should she have?
She speaks much, says she hears there's tricks in the world, and beats her heart, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing, yet the unshaped use of it doth move the hearers to collection. They honor it, and watch the words out fit to their own thoughts, which as her winks, nods, and gestures, yield them. Indeed would make one thing there might be thought, though nothing sure, much unhappily.
For good she were spoken with, for me she may strew dangers, conjectures, and ill-breeding minds.
Let her come in. To my sick soul, as its true nature is, each voice seems prologue to some great amiss. So full of ardish jealousy is guilt. It spills itself in fearing to be spilt.
Where is the beauteous majesty of Denmark?
How now, player?
How should I know from another one? By his cockle hat and staff and his sandal shoon.
Alas, sweet lady, what imports this song?
Say you? Nay, pray you, Mark. He is dead and gone. He is dead and gone. And his head a grass-green turf, and his heel stone. Oh!
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you, Mark, white his shout at the mountain snow.
Alas, look here.
Larded all with sweet flowers, which be wept to the grave, did not go with true love showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
They say that the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table. Pray, let's have no words at this.
Ophelia!
Indeed, love, without an oath, I'll make it aunt.
Poor Ophelia. She's being consumed by grief. She sings the songs of vulgarity and insanity and slowly falls deeper into her own sorrow. She appears inconsolable at this time.
How long hath she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient, but I cannot choose but weep to think they would lay him to the old ground. My brother shall know of it, and so I thank you for your counsel. Come on, my couch. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night.
Follow her close. Give her a good wash and pray. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. and springs off in death. Oh, Gertrude, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First slain, next your son gone, the people muddy, thick, and unwholesome. Their thoughts and whispers for good Polonius' death, and we have done but greenly in hunger Margaret to enter him. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself in her fair judgment last, and as much containing as all these, brother is in secret come from France. Feeds on his wonder, keeps himself in clouds, and wants on buzzards to infect his ear with pestilent speeches of death. Oh, my dear Gertrude, this, like to a murder repeats in many places, gives me superfluous death.
Alack, what noise is this?
What is the matter?
Here's the matter. Polonius died in a hit-and-run car accident. And if that alone wasn't enough, Ophelia has lost herself to grief. To everyone's surprise, the big brother has returned home and is saddened and outraged by the sight of his sister's madness. It is clear that he seeks out revenge on the poor puppy's perpetrator.
Save yourself. The ocean overpeering of his list eats not the flags with more impetuous peace. The young Laertes in the right is head, and as the world were now but to begin, antiquity forgot, custom not known, the ratifiers and props of every word, they cried, Laertes. Claps, hands, and tongues applied to the clouds, Laertes, Laertes.
They cried. Oh, you false dogs.
The doors are broke.
Where?
Laertes must be looking for his dear sister, Ophelia.
Give me
Call me Larry.
that drop of blood that's calm proclaims to me, bastard. Cries cuckold, even here between the chains, unsmirked brow of my mother.
What is the cause, Laertes? Let him go, Gertrude, let him go. Do not fear. Tell me, Laertes, why thou art thus incensed? Let him go, Gertrude.
Where?
It seems as though Laertes searches for someone else at this time. He wishes to know where Polonius, the family dog, has resided.
Dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his will.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. To hell, allegiance, vow to the blackest devil, conscience and grace to the profoundest pit. I dare damnation. To this point I stand, that both the worlds I give the negligence, let come what comes. Only I'll be revenged, most sternly for my
Dog. Laertes wants to avenge his dog. That's right, folks. You heard that precisely.
Who shall stay you?
my will, not all the world's.
Good Laertes. If you desire to know the certainty of your dear
Dogs.
death, is right in your revenge that sweepstake you will draw both friend and foe, winner and loser.
None but his enemies.
Will you know them then?
To good friends, thus wide all of my arms. And, like the kind life-rendering pelican, repass them with my blood.
Why, now you speak like a good child with your gentleman. I am guiltless and most sensibly reports.
Let her come in.
How now? What noise is that? Oh, heat! Dry up my brains! What? Burn out the sense and virtue of mine eye, by heaven! Thy madness shall be paid by weight. To thy scale turn the beam, O Rose of May! Dear maid, kind sister, sweet Ophelia! Oh heavens, is it possible a young maid's wit should be as mortal as an old man's life? Nature is fine in love, and where 'tis fine, it sends some precious instance of itself after the thing it leaves.
They bore him their face on the bier. Hey, nanny, nanny, hey, nanny, nanny, and on his grave skin would rain many a tear. Farewell, might be done.
Hast thou thy wits, and did persuade revenge? It could not move thus.
Larry simply cannot and will not let this go. His wrath outweighs his wits. Revenge is the sole thing on his mind. But what already fails to notice is that his good intentions are impartial and fall short. For it is written in Ecclesiastes 7:9, "Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resisteth in the bosom of fools." But take my word for it, this outraged fool is beyond repair. Perhaps one push or one discussion could fix this.
You must sing down a down, and you call him a downer. Oh, how the will becomes it! It is the false steward that stole his master's daughter.
There's nothing's more than matter.
There's rosemary, that's for remembrance. Pray, love, remember? And there's pansies for thoughts.
A documented madness, thoughts, and remembrance fitted.
There's a funnel for you, and columbine, there's a room for you. And here's some for me. We may call it head of grace of Sundays. Oh, you must wear this on with a difference. There's a daisy, I would give you some violets, and they'd wither all when my
Or poor puppy.
died. They say he made a good end. For Bonnie, sweet Robin, is all my joy.
Thoughts and affliction, passion, hell itself. She turns to favor and to prettiness.
And he will not come again. And he will not come again. No, he's dead. Go to that deathbed. He never will come again. His beard was white as a snow. All flaxen was his poll. He's gone. And we cast away moan. God, have mercy on his soul. And all our Christian souls, I pray God be with you.
Do you see this? Oh God!
And just as it seems like the two siblings are at their driving point, Father Dear steps in. Will his consolation be of any help? Will he bring peace to the heavy-hearted vengeful?
Priorities. I must commune with your grief. Go but apart, make choice of whom your wisest friends you will, and they shall hear you and me. Be you content to lend your patience to us, and we shall jointly labor with your soul to give it to content.
Let this be so. His means of death, his obscure burial, no trophy, sword, nor hatchment o'er his bones, no noble rites, nor formal ostentation, cry to be heard as 'twere from heaven to earth. That I must call to question.
So you shall, and where the offense is, let the great axe fall.
Claudius speaks to his children tenderly and tries his best to understand why these events have affected him so greatly. As Claudius takes his little son by the shoulder, he tells Laertes, "Now listen well, my boy. Your dog's life is not yours to avenge. Do not be a fool consumed by his own wrath. Your responsibility lies on yourself and feel it now." Romans 12:19, "Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord." Laertes and Ophelia, listen well. And now, what a beautiful sight to see. An ordinary family with a newfound peace. Claudius looks his children in the eyes and asks them to let go of all their anger. And with pure sincerity, Claudius suggests, "Take the path with me, my children, a path without bitterness and spite."
I pray you go with me.
Get over to the camera. One.
별빛이 내린다. 샤라라라라라.
Why are you? Alright, let's talk about yellow for a bit.
No, I still really want to talk about yellow though.
Oh!
NANI?!
Oh, wait. So everyone, just be crazy. Okay, Jeru's super crazy. Wow.